Hey, welcome to my channel, Lifestyle Gardener. Today I have many production to do in the kitchen. I'm going to be doing some canning. I'm going to be doing some dehydrating and making different products today. So right now I'm cutting up some onions. So I'm going to caramelize some onions, and then after I do that I'm going to pressure can it. So I'm going to use the slow cooker to do that process, and you guys can watch and see how I do that. So that you see in my hand is half a stick of butter, and I'm going to put the onions on top of it in the slow cooker. As you can see, it's getting really full. I did that on purpose because I'm going to find a way to cover it up. So I cover it up, then I take the foil paper and I put it on top of it. So eventually, as the onions is cooking, the cover will go down. Today I'm gonna make a beef broth with the leftover onions that I'm gonna make caramelized onions. So I'm using the onion skin, and I put some carrots and some celery, and I'm gonna put some garlic in this the largest pot that I have. And there's a strainer that I put the stuff inside. And I'm going at the bottom of the strainer, I'm going to put the beef, and I'm going to make a beef broth with it. And I would dehydrate the meat afterwards. I'll cut it up after it's cooked and dehydrate it. And this is a very flavorful way to make beef broth, which would not cost as much. So you can try this. The broth will be very flavorful because there's a lot of onions, and I'm going to put some garlic pegs also inside it. So this is perfect to do more than one thing at the same time. So the beef broth is slowly cooking away. It smells really good. I think after is cooked, I'm gonna probably put some salt in the broth. But it's cooking and it made the whole apartment smell really good. So I turned off the stove. So this is what the beef broth look like. The whole apartment smell really good. I'm gonna put this in the pressure canner and I'm gonna preserve this later on. So I take out the beef and I cut it up in pieces, but before I did that I sprinkle salt at the bottom and at the top, and I rub it in, and afterwards cut it up in pieces. So now I can put it on the dehydrator. So the onions, they shrank, and after 15 minutes of turning the slow cooker to high, I turn it down to low, and so I removed the foil paper because I could close the onion lid now. The caramelized onions, this is what they look like after I pressure can it. I pressure can it for 75 minutes. There is no guideline for the half a pint, so I pressure can it the same amount of time it would take a half a pint. I mean the same amount of time it would take a pint. And I pressure it the same amount of time as the beef. I can tell you that the meat is very soft and tender, and it may not look the greatest, but I can tell you a homemade pressure can meat or a homemade pressure can food tastes really good. It's even better than what you get in the restaurant, and even better than what you get in the store. In the can sometimes. So I didn't have that much meat to pressure can, so at the same time I was pressure canning the meat. At the same time I decided to pressure can some beans. So this is the black beans. I put the same kind of season as the beef. It's a good way to fill up the canner as much with different products. If you don't have enough products of the same product, if you know it's pressure can around the same timeline, you can pressure something else too with it. So the onions, the beef, and the beans, the timeline is around the same time, so I pressure can them all around the same time. The beef broth, it takes 25 minutes. So I didn't get rid of the oil that is inside that left over from the broth, but if you wanted to do that, the way I know how to do that is to put in the fridge overnight, and then the fat soluble will settle at the top. Then I skim off that, then reheat the broth and pressure can it in the canner. And this is what the dehydrated beef looks like. All of that meat filled in this container is unbelievable. The thing is, I think once you start learning how to dehydrate your own meat, if you're a person that buy beef jerky or any kind of meat jerky, you probably won't ever buy that much anymore, because it tastes way more better, and it's not as hard as the beef jerky. And I think this is a very good convenience meat. You always hear the guys, oh, the ones that work out, I need protein. Why don't you just get some meat and dehydrate it, and after you finish workout, you could even eat it without even put any water liquid on it. Just eat it like a beef jerky. Basically, that's what it is. But this way you know what is in it, and it's very tasty. I recommend anybody to do that. And I think this is very good for plain food and stuff like that, where you don't want to go eat at these restaurants. Most of these restaurants, they're no good anyway. But so you may be wondering what you can use the caramelized onions for. There's a few things came to mind. I can make an onion dip with sour cream and other ingredients. I can make a French onion soup. I can put this over a roast beef sandwich or chicken or turkey sandwich, or I can make this make a dip with different kind of beans like chickpeas or lima beans. Any kind of beans you can think of, you can make some sort of dip with it. I think it's even good, probably good as a side dish, or eat it. Maybe put it in stew or in your food or something. Yeah, so this is the end product. So thank you all guys for watching my video. Have a good day. Bye.